So we're about halfway up the climb and halfway up the trail to Heitman Lake.
Hello.
Everybody wave. We're about halfway up Heitman Mountain. It's about a mile. We got another mile to go right up here. So far, we haven't lost anybody. Yes, this is the point where you say, this is such an easy hike, everyone should do this.
Take your grandma.
And they've had nice bog boards and stream crossings. Trail's not too wet. We have yet to see a bear. So we're at Heitman Lake, and about a mile plus in on the day. We're kind of on a ridge line now, so we'll see how far we go before we all burn out. It's been about 1,000 feet of elevation. It's changed at this point in like a mile, so it's a pretty serious climb, at least for us. But once you get up on this ridge near Heitman, there are some really beautiful views. Or if you wanted to, actually, campsites. That's Kodiak off in the distance. I think those are a kind of columbine. But I don't know what the little white ones are, so I'll try to look those up. And then there's some little yellow ones in there also. See if I can get those. And their leaves are a little bit different. Now we're moving west across the ridge line. That's Heitman Mountain in the distance, and I don't think we're going to go all the way up there.
Years ago, before you had healthy options, hikers just had to eat a bunch of Quaker granola bars and Slim Jims.
Or when they had to forage for stuff or bring with them, like, dried beans and Vienna sausages, all of it highly, highly processed. We're now kind of on like the north side of Heitman. So the ridgeline's kind of a set of little ups and downs all along the edge of the lake. So we keep coming to little balds on the edge of it. We have really nice views of the northwestern end of the island of Kodiak. which we will be flying over in a float plane later on today. Here we go. My goodness. And that's Kodiak off in the distance there. Greater Metropolitan Kodiak. There's a little pink flower with a yellow center that I haven't seen before. There's lupines, little bitty ones. There, I think that's what those are. Now we're headed back out. We went in about 1.5 miles. Alrighty, so almost 1,000 feet up in 1.5 miles. So that's pretty good. Some more of those little yellow flowers. Trail off in the distance is where we're headed, where we came up a little while ago. It does get pretty steep right in here, and there aren't a lot of footholds. It's kind of raw dirt. The ground is just wet enough that it's actually not too hard to hike on this dirt, since it's a little bit moist, like from dew. It's not slippery, but there's grip, so that's nice. Yeah, for such rugged terrain, they do a really nice job of maintaining this trail. So, thanks to the wildlife folks in Kodiak here. Well, it's not exactly a green tunnel, but as we come further down the side of this, we get into some undergrowth, and there are some ferns. You kind of hike in and out of this valley that you see right in front of you there. This is the only water crossing right here that you do that doesn't actually have a little bridge built over it. Not very big, but that right there is the trail we're headed to, the one on the right. Pretty sure we have about 1/2 mile left. And my hiking companions today have begun to have a minor version of hiker hunger kick in. So coming down the mountain, we've been talking about the chocolate milkshakes we're about to go get, I think. We're headed down to that little footbridge. There we go. Streams up here, Kodiak, are so clear you can almost always see all the way to the bottom, even if they're feet deep. All along this trail, we've been weaving back and forth across this little creek. I think this is kind of what passes for a green tunnel on Kodiak. Now here we have a bona fide green tunnel. All kind of shade. You have to have little stands of ferns. Now that we're down into the valley floor, we actually have taller, upright, deciduous trees. And we made it back to the trailhead. That was a little over 3 miles round trip in about 2.5 hours. Here comes the rest of the troop. Woohoo!
I definitely need a milkshake.
Well, did everyone survive?
Looks like it.
All right, so milkshakes,